All right, I'm gonna tackle it. I'm gonna try and dig this thing out. I had three like pseudo stems, or individual bananas that flowered last year. So there were three quite large ones. I tried to remove them, but it was tough. These rhizomes on these bananas are a lot denser and heavier than you think. So I'm gonna try and dig this out. We're gonna see what happens. I have a spot for it. I want to kind of shade my sitting area on my deck because it just gets way too hot. And you can see they're starting to grow. These were the leftovers. The ones last year were not the biggest bananas, maybe 12 feet or something like that. But if you look back at my old videos, you'll see the flowers and the fruits and everything. So these are the small guys that were left over. I think this would be year 2 for these guys. So we're gonna see what happens, and I'm sure I'll be sweating and I'll be hurting after this, but we'll see if we can get these things out. Because I might actually have some fatsias I might put in here, some spiderweb fatsias, but it's yet to be decided. First things first, get these guys out, and I'll show you where they're going. And yeah, so stay tuned. Okay, so I think I've been at this probably for an hour and a half. This clump was massive. It's in heavy wet clay. I don't even know how much it weighs. It took me a long time to dig it out. And I actually went and cut off as much of the bottom. I cut off a lot of the sides. I've broken all the stems because, it was the only way I could drag it. I kind of feel like I'm gonna have a freaking heart attack. Once I realized, I knew it was gonna be heavy, but once I realized how big it was, I'm like, how the F am I gonna get it out of here? Because there's a rock wall, so I ended up having to roll it over my ferns, and that's it. I trimmed off, you can kind of see, I took the shovel and I trimmed off. It had actually been growing, my irrigation was growing through it. It had spread so much. So a bit of advice, guys. Don't plant these if you ever think you're gonna move them, or if you do, put it in an easy spot, because this was awful. You could probably, with a really sharp shovel, break it up into smaller pieces, but I was trying to preserve this thing. Let me show you the hole. It doesn't look as bad now because I filled it in with all the dirt I cut off. But now I gotta fix all my irrigation. It's all in pieces. That big tube was right in growing right through the side of it. I had to dig it out with my hands. I stepped on my 2 little palms more than once, and now I got this big hole. It doesn't look that deep right now. A lot of dirt came off that bottom. Let me tell you, that was awful. I knew it was gonna be bad. I don't know, in your head you always think, yeah, it's gonna be bad, but then you really do it and you're like, wow, that was really bad. So I think I'm gonna be hurting tonight. I managed to haul that thing out, and I wheeled it in between the trachea and the little livistona there. You can see these are the sections of root or corm or whatever you want to call it that I was cutting off with the shovel to try and get the size of it down. I have a feeling there's probably some more in there, so if I see some small bananas coming up, I'll just get in there and pull those pieces out. But I'll tell you, that was one heck of a job. Glad it's mostly done. I guess maybe the hardest part's done. I don't know. So now I gotta dig the next hole and then fill this. So I believe it's gonna go, my poor fern, right here where it's easy access. So now I gotta dig up this hole and drag that or roll that mother over here. So I would say the hardest part's done. Getting things out of a hole is always the toughest, but awful job. Okay, I'll show you when I'm done. I'm gonna have to cut some of these. I'm gonna have to cut these back because you can see I snapped it. It's just mush now, so I'm gonna have to cut these back, but they're such a big root ball. I imagine these will get to a decent size this year. Okay, part 2 done. Guess that's a little crooked. Looks worse on the camera. I'll straighten out. So, this banana. That's all that's left of the banana, because I was manhandling it out of the hole. Between that and me freaking cutting crap off the sides to try, so that I could actually lift it. So it looks like we got four stalks left. But the root ball goes to about here. It's about a foot all the way around. So what happens is kind of the way we're facing, the sun comes and just blasts the chairs. Can't even sit there half the time. So I'm hoping that these bananas give us the shade that we need. So I pretty much just used the soil that was there. Well, that's not necessarily true. I dug up a hole. I took two cart loads to fill in the hole where I pulled the bananas, and then I dragged this behemoth in, and I actually ended up using two bags of it's kind of like tree shrub soil, what I had laying around, and I just I dug the hole, mixed what I had, the leftover native soil, mixed it with the bag of the new soil, which is a little bit more free draining, because everywhere I've been digging has been really heavy clay. And so when it goes, it's right by my hose, so I can water this thing regularly. And I'm going to be hitting this thing pretty heavily with the banana fuel, which is a banana fertilizer, because I want to see how far I can get these this year. I would think I could probably get 8 feet out of them. If I get 8 feet, that should probably do what I need for this year. But I'm telling you, really be careful when you're planting these, because these things get huge. I'm about to go inside and get some more beer and muscle relaxant and some Aleve, and because I'm hurting, I'm telling you. I got neck problems, and that was not good for me. But it's done. It's in. So I'm gonna probably just bring in some more plantings around this area. In between there's some Arundo Donax. I actually have a yellow banana, Musa carpa, that's been hidden, and I'm thinking about pulling that out and kind of sticking it right here, kind of like right there, because I think that'll look pretty good. And then around here, maybe some annuals or something, I'm not sure. But anyway, we're slowly taking more and more. Still got some stuff to work with here, but that's the dog zone, so they get the grass. But the rest, jungle trail, it's coming along. It'll be even more jungly. Our backyard is really hot in the summertime, so unless we build a structure, we kind of need big plants to give us the shade. So there you go, long video, but trust me, it was a lot longer for me. Thanks for watching.